Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be doing my annual Fall AF tutorial. This is my 5th Fall AF tutorial that I've done, and that literally blows my mind. Like, it just also makes me think, like, I've been doing YouTube for like such a long time. Like, it just, like, time doesn't exist to me anymore. If you guys are new here, I do one of these every single year where I just kind of do like a very fall inspired look, and most of them look similar to this because this is kind of like my go-to look for this time of year. I just love, you guys know I cannot stay away from a blown out smoky red orangey warm tone look. Like, it's just chef's kiss. It's so good. I just feel my most confident and like prettiest and just feel my best in a look like this, and I cannot get enough of doing these types of videos. So this is like my favorite kind of video to film. It's my favorite time of year. It is spooky season, it is fall, it is Halloween, and I'm just so excited. I truly thrive during this season. Like, the serotonin I get just from knowing that like everyone else is finally on the same Halloween spooky wavelength as I am all year round, it just makes me so happy. So yeah, I'm so excited to do this year's Fall AF tutorial. This is a look that I came up with this time. I mean, like, I know they all my looks kind of look a little similar, like, I'm aware, but you know, who cares? Also, I used some older ColourPop products as well as some new ones, but I jumped into some older palettes. That way, you know, I know a lot of you guys have the ColourPop palettes, especially, you know, we all love ColourPop on this channel. So I tried to dip into some older ones. That way, you know, if you guys have any of them, you guys can just use those, or, you know, use whatever you have in your collection and just kind of do, you know, make it your own. Little pumpkin earrings on right now, and I'm just feeling very in the spooky spirit. Best time of the year. I'm so excited. I have some Halloween decor in the background. I mean, I have this up all the time, but you know, hopefully it adds to the vibe today. And yeah, guys, this is a look that I came up with today for my Fall AF tutorial. So if you guys want to see how I got this look right here, grab your pumpkin cream cold brew, your pumpkin everything, get in your spooky mood, and yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this look. I'm going to hop into the ColourPop Big Poppy palette. I have a couple palettes right here. I also have Cherry Crush and the Plush Like Me palette. I also have It's a Mood right here, but this is a very underrated palette that I feel like not a lot of people talk about from ColourPop, and I've loved this palette since it came out, so I want to use it. It is such a good palette, especially if you like orange tones and like warm tones and stuff. It is perfect. It's all matte too, which is like great. I'm going to start off with the shade Cali Love, which is this shade. I'm going to use that as my transition. We're just going to build this up into the crease. I cannot believe it's fall already. I feel like the past couple months, like this summer, literally flew by. Like, it's insane. By the way, I'm gonna go into Get Around, which is the shade. Yeah, the summer was super fun. It was very much needed. A little bit of a smaller brush right now. I'm gonna take this shade, which is Flower Power. I'm gonna put this a little bit in the lower crease. I definitely had a hot girl summer, so that was fun. And I'm excited to have a hot girl fall now. So I'm going back with the brush that I was using before with no additional product, just to kind of blend the edges of that out. So I have a lot of Halloween looks planned out right now. I've been so busy that I wanted to like get ahead of the game and like take pictures and like do all of them so I wouldn't have to worry about it in October. But unfortunately, this last month has been insane and just too much for me to handle. So I didn't get to like do any of them early. So I'm gonna have to do them as I go through the month of October. So that should be great. But I do work well under pressure. So I'm really happy with the looks that I have planned out, and yeah, I'm excited for you guys to see them. I'm gonna go into Cherry Crush, which is another underrated palette. I'm gonna go ahead and take Black Cherry, which is that shade. It's that really nice cherry red eyeshadow, and I'm going to take this again a little bit in the lower crease. I'm gonna kind of take that on the lid as well. The thing that I have planned out, and you guys can let me know if you actually want to see a video on this, but I've been working on a 31 Days of Horror list of movies that I think are like the perfect Halloween October movies, you know? A lot of people make these lists, and I was definitely inspired to make my own because I am very passionate about movies. If you guys didn't know that already, I've talked about that a lot. I share all my movie recommendations all the time. We're into watching movies, reviewing movies, and yeah, so I'm gonna go back into this palette really quick with the transition shade. So I was just planning on making the list and posting it on my Instagram and probably on Twitter. I had like a light bulb lit up in my brain and was like, you should make a video on it. So if you guys were interested in seeing that video, let me know and I will film it because I can definitely talk more in depth about like why I chose each movie and stuff. It's hard to pick just 31, especially because I only watch horror movies, so almost every single one of my favorite movies is a horror movie, so it's hard to just narrow it down to 31. Even though that sounds like a lot, it's really not, because I was making a list and I had like 50 and I was like, okay, need to narrow it down. I also like asked my friends, I was like, what are movies that you guys like to watch to get in like the mood and stuff? So we all kind of like put the list together. Yeah, I'm still working on it. There are a few movies that I do want to watch that I might add to it because I've seen a lot of people talk about them, and there's like a few that I haven't actually seen, so I do want to do that. Take a Bite, by the way, this like purpley shade, put that on the lid. So yeah, so if you guys would want to see a video on that, let me know and I will do that. I just want to make videos on movies. That is kind of like a thing that I wanted to start doing, but it's kind of hard to just kind of make the transition into other content when most of the people on YouTube, you know, watch you for like a very specific reason. And I'm always like, does anybody actually even care about this? So I'm just blending out that purple shade with Black Cherry, just so kind of just blends a little bit easier into the crease. Taking that purple shade on to the lid. And I think I am going to keep this look all matte. I'm actually going to take Black Cherry and Take a Bite, those two shades, and mix them and put that into the crease. A clean brush to just blend all the edges out so there's no harsh lines. Do this eye really quick just to kind of speed things up, and I'll come back and then we'll start doing like the face and everything. I was gonna wait to see if I wanted to add black, but I'm like, I should probably do that before I put on foundation. So I am gonna take a little bit of black because why not? So I'm going into the ColourPop. Mine's called Smoke Show. I think now it's called Blowing Smoke. I'm gonna take a little bit because this black is very black, and I'm gonna take this pretty low on the lash line, a little bit on going up to the crease, but just kind of trying to blend that in to that purple shade. Hopefully it'll blend. There we go. I just want it like really smoky. Now whatever's left on this brush from earlier with that purple shade, I'm just going to kind of go over that just so it'll blend. It's a little bit smokier now. That's kind of what I wanted. So let me kind of, that freaking black is, the only thing I hate about black eyeshadow is it just gets everywhere. Go ahead and do my face now. Pretty much it's the same products I always use, but I'm actually out of a couple of my like holy grails at the moment. So for primer, I'm actually going to be using the Milani Glow Drops. I've actually been using this a lot lately and I do like them. I don't know like how well it works as like making your makeup last, but I haven't like noticed my makeup like not lasting as long as normal. So I guess that's a good thing. And I just really like how it makes my skin look. It's not overly dewy, which is nice. A couple DMs the other day, and I don't know if it was just like more noticeable in my last video or what, but I do have another nose piercing. I did it in like the end of July or August. I don't remember. Or actually I got it the first day of August, now that I remember. So I've had it for like a couple months now almost. Anyway, foundation, I'm using the Fenty Hydrating Foundation. I'm out of my ColourPop one right now, but I love this foundation, so it's okay. And I'm just taking a little bit. I have not been liking wearing foundation lately. It's just, I just feel like I'm suffocating sometimes. I don't know if it's because it's been like really hot or what, but yeah. Shade 180, by the way, if you guys were wondering. It might be a little light. I got tan when I went to Napa, so it might be a little bit lighter than normal. Pretty sure somebody's getting arrested outside because I hear like a million cops, so that's great. Let's just ignore that. Foundation is definitely a lot lighter than I think the rest of my body right now. Oh well. Concealer, I'm going in with Fenty Pro Filter. It's my favorite concealer ever. I just take a little bit right here and right here. Also, if you guys are not following me on my Halloween Instagram, you definitely should. I've been posting there a lot more recently. I post on there like all year long, but I obviously post more during this time of year. Just follow TREENZ. I'll put it down below if you guys want to follow it, but I love that account so much. It's literally one of my favorite things ever. The Fenty setting powder. Mine is literally so disgusting. This is my favorite powder ever. Funny because my friend literally just texted me. She's like, what's the best setting powder? And I'm like, this one. I use the shade Butter, and it's just the best setting powder ever. It literally like makes my makeup last for a very unnecessary long amount of time. Say I've slept in my makeup more than I ever have recently, and I'm not proud of that. But I will say my makeup does still look good in the morning. So do not recommend that. Don't sleep in your makeup. Don't be me. I put that all over, honestly. I take a very little amount because this powder is super matte. So I just set my under eyes first, and then like whatever is left, I'll kind of just put that like in my smile lines, like my mouth, my forehead. Personally like to look matte. I know most people do not. I know a lot of people like to look dewy. I don't. Bronzer, I'm going into my Element Cosmetics bronzer trio. You guys want to see how trash this is? This looks so terrible. I need a new one. But I'm like holding on to this middle shade like by a thread. I still can get some powder out of there, so we're just gonna make it work. I feel like I'm at that point right now where like all my products are running out at the same time, and it's like the most annoying thing. I hate when that happens, I swear, because everything runs out at the same time. I ran out of primer, foundation, bronzer, and now I'm running out of blush as well, and I'm just like, can I get a break? Go in with the brightening powder. I love to do this, especially if I'm doing like a darker smoky eye, because it just really brightens up this area. I don't know if it's like super noticeable at first, but it just makes such a difference to me. I think you can tell. Yeah, it just really brightens up that area, and I love it. And for blush, I'm taking my ColourPop, oops, Jesus. This is the Cookie Cluster Cheek Palette. Literally use this shade to death. It is just the prettiest blush, and I wish they sold it as a single because I use it every single day. I just went ahead and contoured my nose really quick off camera. I never show myself contouring my nose because one, it's just like repetitive, and then two, the product that I use literally does not exist anymore, so I don't like to like show you guys something that like obviously you can't buy or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and just bake the sides of my nose. I'm going back into my Fenty powder, and I use this little tiny ColourPop sponge. It's truly a game changer when it comes to contouring your nose. Like, it makes the world of a difference. I'm gonna bring that a little bit right here to brighten that area up under my contour a little bit, like that. Go ahead and finish up the lower lash line now. I'm going to go into a ColourPop Cream Gel Liner. This is in the shade Call Me. It's like a really nice dark purple, so it kind of matches the top like lid. I'm going to go ahead and put that in my waterline. I'm bringing that a little bit on the lower lash line too, so I could smoke that out. Start off with the shade Black Cherry. I'm going to take that shade first. And that not too far down, but you guys know I like to smoke out my looks a lot. So I'm just bringing that a little further down. Just like live for a very blown out red lower lash line. Like, it's everything to me. When you do something like this blown out, I think that's why it's super important to like use a brightening powder or something in this area, so it's not like super overpowering. I'm gonna go in with that purple shade that I used earlier, Take a Bite, and keep that kind of close to the lower lash line, and then just smoke out that liner as well. I am going to go into that black eyeshadow one more time, just a little bit. Like, I'm not going to take too much, but I'm going to take that like super close to the lash line. And I love this. I know that this look probably won't be like everyone's cup of tea, but you can definitely adjust it to like how you want. I just love very blown out dark smoky eyes like this, so yeah. So I just went ahead and put on some lashes. These are just some lashes that I cut in half. I believe they're from Dalmata Cosmetics. I don't know exactly which style, I'm so sorry, but I literally wear these like all the time. So I also added like a tiny bit more black to my lower lash line. I just wanted it a little bit more smoky. This is giving very witch vibes, and I'm here for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put on some lips, and I think I'm gonna use this lip combo for the new lip liners and blur lipsticks that came out with the Plush Like Me collection from ColourPop. So I think I'm gonna take this lip liner. This is CD, and it's just like a really pretty like burgundy lip color or lip liner. I had so much coffee today that I'm like, I need to chill. This is Call Waiting. This one is a really pretty color. So, oh, you know what? I think I wanted it a little bit darker. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna see how this one looks. This is the About Face Hush Tonight liquid lipstick. I love this color so much. I love these liquid lipsticks too. So let me see how this one looks. If not, I'll wear the other one. Okay, I think this is like more what I wanted. It's not as brown. I wanted more like a brownie red, but this is still like darker than what I had on. This is more of what I wanted. It's a little bit darker. I mean, maybe it's not. I don't know. I can't really tell now. But I think it's a little bit darker than what I had on. And this is like perfect. I love this color so much. I think this came out with their Valentine's Day collection. And I'm obsessed with it. Like, it's so nice. And I really like their liquid lipstick formula. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I love this look so much. This is like just such a go-to look for me for like this time of year. I mean, pretty much anytime, honestly. Like, it's fall all year round for me, if we're being honest. I feel like my prettiest when I have like a dark smoky eye like this and like a dark lip. It's just like my go-to. But yeah, so that is my 5th annual Fall AF tutorial, which is fucking wild to me. I've done 5 of these now. Like, that is literally insane. Anyways, I hope that you guys liked this video, and hopefully I've given you guys some like inspo for this coming fall season. And just like have fun, man. Like, I know so many people are like scared to do like dark smoky looks or like really blown out smoky looks too, and like just do it. Like, I swear it looks good on everyone. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.